A Fort Worth 3-year-old is dead. Her father behind bars now, and her mother is now opening up about family violence and why she kept going back to the man she says abused them all. Andrea Lucia has this story you'll only see here on CBS 11.
My daughter would still be alive if it was not for me, and that's what's hurting me the most.
Marissa Potts is a victim who, according to court records, has been beaten and choked by the father of her children, Billy Joiner Jr.
I remember people used to always tell me, if he'll do it to you, he'll probably do it to your children. I was like, no.
3 weeks ago, she says he snapped. Angered by the sound of 3-year-old Elena shrieking, he dragged their daughter, Marissa says, into a bathroom.
When we finally started getting that door open, all you see is like steam coming straight out. Like he literally made her stand in the shower naked in this hot water. And for you to be able to just watch your child burn, that's my...
Marissa says she called police only to have Billy hold his hand over her mouth to keep her from talking. The next day, she says he beat Elena unconscious. She later died in the hospital.
That was like a living nightmare that we had experienced.
Marissa was pregnant for the first time at the age of 17. In 5 years, she's had 5 children with Joiner. She's now pregnant with her 6th. She left him several times, even starting a GoFundMe this year to get away from a relationship. But she always ended up coming back.
I wanted the family back together, It was the dream that I was reaching for pretty much in my head. Like that was everything that I wanted.
Even when family says CPS barred Billy from having access, Marissa says she let him move back.
I never hurt my child physically, but she's dead because I let him come to the home. And that's something I have to live for with the rest of my life. That's something that I have to.
I do not think she should be behind bars. This is not something she did. I feel strongly about that.
Jan Langbine with Genesis Women's Shelter in Support says the focus here should be on the abuser.
Violence in the home is not about a fight that got out of control. Violence in the home is all about power and control. And when someone who feels he deserves the power, he demands the power, and he can punish her, his family, if he doesn't feel like he has the power.
Elena's siblings are now in foster care. Marissa hopes to get them back one day, but the most important thing, she says, is that they're safe. Andrea Lucia, CBS 11 News.
Well, if you or someone you know feels like you might be a victim of domestic violence, you can call or text Genesis Women's Shelter in Dallas. That number right there on your screen, 214-946-4357. Important to have that handy. Or Safe Haven in Fort Worth. That number also 1-877-701-7233.